Business and Leisure, your weekly window to the world of business and guide to the good life. Hosted by Mr. Ray Butch Gamboa.
Hello to everyone. This is Ray Butch Gamboa for Business and Leisure, your business and lifestyle electronic magazine. And as always, we shall have for you the latest significant business developments and interesting leisure features. Let's now call our very lovely sunshine girl, Damon Sayak, to guide us through the leisure portion of our presentation. Hi there again, Day. Looking great as ever.
Well, thanks, Butch. It's always my pleasure to be back here on the show.
Please tell us, what do we have in store on the lifestyle section of this edition of Business and Leisure?
Right, Butch. Well, just like the last time, I've equally prepared interesting and fun features here on the lifestyle part of our show. Hello there once again, guys. As I have mentioned earlier, it is my pleasure to be back here on Business and Leisure. After we discuss some serious business, it's time to shift our attention to the lighter side of things. But for now, I'll give you snippets of what I offer you this week. First is Lifestyle Chronicles with the opening of Project Pi, BGC branch, and the new of Allegra's Kitchen brand ambassador. That is followed with the highlights of recently held Philippine International Ice Hockey Tournament on Quest. Our recommended dining destinations comes after that, and we end it with our treat for all the gun enthusiasts on Sports Shoot segment. Another hands-full episode for all of us, guys, so why don't you grab your favorite drink and snacks as we start our show with the business section first with our main man, Mr. Ray Butch Gamboa. Back to you for now, Butch.
Well, you just gave our viewers a reason to stay tuned for our leisure report that's coming up later on. We'll see you back in a short while, Day.
Don't worry, Butch. I'm just here waiting for my cue.
Our very alluring sunshine girl, Damon Sayak, shall be back with the leisure report in this edition of Business and Leisure on the second half of the show. In the meantime, we pause for a short break, after which we shall talk business on BizWatch. Please stay with us.
Vote for your favorite car models and stand the chance to win autofocus t-shirts, coffee mugs, and other valuable giveaways. Vote for your Automobile of the Year in this year's Autofocus People's Choice Awards and win prizes from daily electronic draws. To participate, log on to www.autofocus.com.ph.
Creating an engine is like creating a great perfume. You need to select the best ingredients and combine them in a unique way. So it gives you a feeling you'll remember for the rest of your life. Peugeot 308 with Blue HDI and turbo petrol engines.
Elevate your expectation. The all-new Mitsubishi Montero Sport, engineered excitement.
Think you're tough? Do you dare to go off-road or off-key? Do you use your great power with great control? With the new Isuzu D-Max, you're tough enough to be unstoppable. And you're tough enough to be right back. Isuzu D-Max, tough enough for anything.
calling all automobile enthusiasts. Autofocus.com.ph is exclusive to the automobile, where you'll find reviews on the latest brand new car models, together with their head-to-head comparisons. It has the detailed specs of car models available in the country and their latest SRPs and special promos, together with the latest auto industry news and developments like car launches and test drives. Autofocus.com.ph is all about automobiles. Click on.
Welcome back to Business and Leisure as we usher in our business section. This is BizWatch. For our lead issue this week, the highly profitable telecoms companies may look at leaner times if a certain proposed bill will be passed. A legislator recently filed a bill to revoke the franchise tax exemption granted to telecommunication companies. Here's our BizWatch correspondent Heidi Santos with the story.
Deputy Speaker Sharon S. Garin of the Ambis-OWA party list filed House Bill 5444, which seeks to revoke the franchise tax exemption granted to telecommunications companies under the National Internal Revenue Code of 1997. This bill, which is now pending with the House and Ways Committee, was filed when the telco industry in the Philippines was just starting out, according to Representative Garin.
The telco industry has since grown by leaps and bounds. Citing a Standard & Poor's study, the local telco industry is expected to grow in revenue by at least 2 to 4% a year in the next few years. Demand for telco services continues to grow. Now, the bill that Deputy Garin has filed seeks to reimpose the 8% franchise tax on the gross receipts of telco companies. More of the story with our BizWatch correspondent.
The proposed franchise tax as filed by Representative Garin is in lieu of the value-added tax to which these firms' earnings are currently subjected. According to Garin, the telco companies should not pass on the burden of the franchise tax to consumers, and it is only these telco companies that are benefiting from the exemption on the franchise tax and not the consumers. Earlier in February this year, Navotas Congressman Toby Chanco filed House Bill 5089, which seeks to withdraw all tax exemption granted to telcos under their respective legislative franchises. Globe Telecom and Smart Communications are currently exempted from paying custom duties, tariffs, and taxes on the importation of radio telecommunications and electronic communications equipment. These are all provided in their respective franchises.
When the tax and duties exemptions were granted to the local telcos back in the mid-90s, it was in the spirit of allowing the telcos to fully capacitate themselves and strengthen the telecommunications industry. Now that the industry has grown so much to be highly profitable, the legislators find that the time has come to end this form of government subsidy, and in so doing find another means to fatten the government's coffers. On the environmental front, there is a proposed executive order from the President's office requiring real estate companies to plant more trees within their respective housing projects that may soon see the light. This was what Environment Secretary Roy Cimatu recently announced. Our business reporter Andre Go has the details.
Environment Secretary announced that he is proposing to President Duterte to sign an executive order for real estate developers to make tree planting mandatory. This is not meant for public areas only, but will cover privately owned housing projects as well. Shunning administrative orders because they require interagency coordination, Secretary Cimatu has expressed preference for an executive order for a more expeditious implementation. With the proposed executive order, the DANR wants to require tree planting or designated areas for tree planting in all subdivisions. DANR Secretary Roy Cimatu called on all these Southeast Asian nations to take part in a collective effort in achieving economic and socially equitable growth in the region without compromising the environment. This is especially relevant now in the face of the ASEAN economic integration. He also announced that the Philippines is continuing to push for urban biodiversity conservation and green technology. Green technology is now being used as we build more resilient cities that espouses economic growth. With regard to climate change, Simatu cited a study that shows that urbanization is the major driver of climate change in the world that has brought about global warming.
At the 50th founding anniversary of the DENR, a forum presented showed that city dwellers consume 72% of energy from fossil fuels. They also contribute to the emission of 80% of greenhouse gases. Change in land use now continues to lead to more serious problems like land degradation and biodiversity loss. At this point, we will have to take a short break. We will be back shortly with more current and relevant business issues for you. I'll be right back. Please stay with us.
Vote for your favorite car models and stand the chance to win autofocus t-shirts, coffee mugs, and other valuable giveaways. Vote for your Automobile of the Year in this year's Autofocus People's Choice Awards and win prizes from daily electronic draws. To participate, log on to www.autofocus.com.ph.
Get the biggest savings only this month. Grab deals for Ford Ranger as low as 68,000 pesos all-in down payment.
When you sweat to be sweet and you clean her seat, it's love. When you try to look cool, but you look like a fool, it's love. It's love. It's love.
Show your love with the new features of the all-new Innova. Love the journey.
Happiness. Happiness times 7. The all-new Honda Mobilio. Ease of use, flexible interior for your various needs, convenient features, advanced technology, powerful engine, fuel efficient for a smooth journey, and sleek design for you. The all-new Honda Mobilio.
Get the biggest savings only this month. Grab deals for Ford Ranger as low as 68,000 pesos all-in down payment.
Motoring Today is now on the web. Watch this episode or other past episodes of the country's longest-running motoring program any time of the day by logging on to our website, motoringtoday.ph. Motoring Today is now online, just a click away.
Welcome back, and you're still on Business and Leisure, and we continue with more business news developments. The highly successful local franchise of 7-Eleven, owned by the Philippine 7 Corporation, or PSC, recently held its annual stockholders meeting. The local licensee reported an increase of 16.6% in their annual net income for 2016. Our BizWatch correspondent Heidi Santos filed this report.
PSC President and CEO Jose Victor Paterno reported in their annual stockholders meeting that PSC ended the previous year with a total of 1,995 stores. 7-Eleven also opened a record number of 400 new stores in 2016.
About half of them will be in Vismin, actually. Half of the stores we'll build. So Mindanao is growing the fastest in percentage kasi bago pa lang. Visayas is the second fastest in terms of kasi 2012 lang pumasok. But Manila, Metro Manila is still growing at about a 15% pace.
In 2015, net profits for 7-Eleven was at 1.0 billion pesos. In 2016, this figure rose to 1.2 billion pesos. The company not only opened over 400 new stores, it also established new distribution centers, warehouses, and regional headquarters to cope with the growing expansion. Stock prices likewise increased to 135 pesos per share, which means that increased price earnings ratio came up to 53 times, with trading volume going much higher. Clearly, the company is not in need of more operating capital to drive it to success. PSC President Paterno's drive now is towards nurturing the Filipino entrepreneurial spirit, and franchising a 7-Eleven store is no longer that expensive, and the company has simplified the system.
They take over a franchise, they take over a corporate store, and what it is it's much simpler. We no longer charge for electricity, no more maintenance, no more. Of course, the split is now lower because we don't charge them for that. But the idea is it's simple. We want them to know every day how much they made. Now it's complex because you never know what Meralco is going to charge you. You never know it. But in the end, it's not really controllable by you naman eh. You're not allowed to turn off the lights.
With a simplified system, the sharing between the mother company and the franchisee now has a new application.
It would range. It ranges depending on the store volume, whether it's a high sales store or a low sales store.
With new systems in place, Paterno is giving themselves time to see the results. 7-Eleven stores now have more shelves to fill with more new products.
Actually, all of the franchisees work in the stores. So they're there taking care of customers, making sure the stores run. Over here, the people with the money, they don't really work in the stores. They hire somebody else. So it's different. It's like, well, we can hire somebody too, right? We have the capital. We don't really need capital anymore. What we need are people passionate about serving customers. And we don't need another investor. We have investors. We have many people wanting to buy our shares, but not enough shares. So that's not our problem.
The company's improved earnings were driven for the most part by the higher retail sales both from corporate-owned and franchise-operated stores. Figures have it that in 2015, sales stood at 25.8 billion pesos. In 2016, this surged to 31.8 billion pesos. We asked Mr. Paterno how much, on the average, does a 7-Eleven store sell.
Typical new store does about 40,000, 14 million a year, 15 million a year. So, yeah, 6 billion, yeah. Yeah, 6 billion a year.
Undoubtedly, 7-Eleven is the market leader in the convenience retail sector. They have ramped up their advertising and promotions campaign and their customer loyalty program as well. Expect more new product offerings and remodeled 7-Eleven stores in the next 5 years. And now for our final business issue this week. Mangoes have also been among the Philippines' most prized exports. Now the Department of Agriculture is thinking of measures to ramp up mango production. Andre Co, our business reporter, has the details.
In order to boost mango production in the Philippines, Agriculture Secretary Manny Piñol is looking into setting up a program for this purpose. His choice of area for the pilot project is Bataan.
Agriculture Secretary Manny Piñol wants to revive old mango trees and is asking experts from Mindanao to make this happen. He also announced that he recently met with a business group from Italy that is offering a new technology that can prolong the shelf life of mangoes using a special kind of wax. The rest of the details with our business reporter.
This has caught the interest of Secretary Piñol, who is now set to explore the possibilities of developing this technology and applying it to Philippine mangoes. And since Bataan continues to suffer from deforested areas, Secretary Piñol has chosen Bataan as the site for the pilot area for the project. In a recent meeting with Bataan farmers, the DA chief provided the province with an ice plant and storage facility worth 21 million pesos. This was funded from the Philippine Rural Development Project, or PRDP. In addition to this, the PRDP will also provide funds for a custom service facility that will serve farmers' associations and a farm-to-market road.
The Department of Agriculture has recently turned over funding assistance worth 113 million pesos for Batan's agricultural production, post-harvest, processing machinery, equipment, and irrigation facilities. And with that, we end BizWatch. We shall pause for another break, and when we come back, we have another profitable venture on Strictly Business. I shall be right back.
Vote for your favorite car models and stand the chance to win autofocus t-shirts, coffee mugs, and other valuable giveaways. Vote for your Automobile of the Year in this year's Autofocus People's Choice Awards and win prizes from daily electronic draws. To participate, log on to www.autofocus.com.ph.
Creating an engine is like creating a great perfume. You need to select the best ingredients and combine them in a unique way. So it gives you a feeling you'll remember for the rest of your life. Peugeot 308 with Blue HDI and turbo petrol engines.
Calling all automobile enthusiasts. Autofocus.com.ph is exclusive to the automobile, where you'll find reviews on the latest brand new car models, together with their head-to-head comparisons. It has the detailed specs of car models available in the country and their latest SRPs and special promos, together with the latest auto industry news and developments like car launches and test drives. Autofocus.com.ph is all about automobiles. Click on.
Welcome back, and you're still on the business section of Business and Leisure. Coming right up is our Strictly Business segment. Once again, dear folks, we bring you another novel business idea in the upcoming feature we have here on Strictly Business. This one deals with the highly competitive world of fashion. So for the many fashionistas out there, don't fail to watch this one.
Abby Victorino is the young founding CEO of Style Genie PH. You might wonder what this company is all about, but first, let Abby tell you more about herself.
I'm Abby Victorino. I'm 27 years old and the founder and CEO of Style Genie PH. I studied in the University of Santo Tomas with a degree in business administration. I've been working since 2010. I started in an advertising agency for a year. I also have a background in modeling, and I worked as a cabin crew in Malaysia. But for the past 5 years, I've been working for e-commerce websites.
With such a background in fashion and e-commerce, it did not come as a surprise to many that Abby would find herself immersed in such a business as Style Genie.
It started with an idea because I have always been into fashion, and I'm also working in an e-commerce website, right? So I just thought, why not share this experience with other women, like because we do retail and it's online, but still I think there's a need for styling services in the country. So since I already have the connections with the stylists from past modeling gigs, why not open a business that can connect the customers to the stylists. It started over lunch. So I was having lunch, and I was subscribed to a diet delivery meal wherein they just send the food to you and they just heat it up until the rest of the day. And then I was also busy back then. I have a day job, plus I'm running a small business as well on the side. And I thought, every morning, I have this problem of not knowing what to wear. So why not solve it with a subscription service? And I pitched that idea to my friends, and we started it right after.
The fate of a business venture starts with the choice of a name, and it may even spell the venture's fate. The name has to be catchy, relevant to the business, and have easy recall. Abby thought that genies are synonymous with wishes, and their message with the name spells it out. Whatever their customers wish is their command as stylists. They started out, of course, with challenges that the group managed to sail through eventually.
Well, of course, financially, because this is I only have a day job, and all of us actually still have a day job right now. We're still working for our different companies. Well, aside from financial, the time management, because we have day jobs, and my partner actually has 2 kids. Those kinds of problems.
Abby and her partners had to invest 500,000 pesos each to start the business. The amount may be big for many startups, but Style Genie required more than other business ventures. They had to put up an office and a warehouse for starters, but the good news is that fashionistas and young professionals embraced the concept wholeheartedly.
Well, actually, we're surprised. We didn't expect, because it is the first in the country. I mean, and we thought maybe we need to educate them more. So we really focused on videos and Facebook and other social media. Other social media efforts to get to them. And actually the response was good. They were willing to try at least the trial boxes, and now we're serving at least 900 subscribers.
That is indeed quite a feat, considering that the very concept is new in the country, one that has already been embraced in more developed countries but has yet to be tried in a developing country like ours.
Well, me and my partners really believe that the concept will really hit at the market, because it's actually doing well in the US, in Europe, and I know Asia, and especially in the Philippines. We're very techy, and we're very we're excited to try new things, right? Especially in anything online. And what's the worst that can happen? Actually, the worst that happened was that there are many questions like, how does it work? What do we get? Where do you get the clothes? Who's the stylist, etc. But I think everything is manageable as long as you communicate it well to them.
And how does a prospective client get started on Style Genie? It's quite easy, as Abby explains it.
We have this website. You just go to our website www.stylegenie.ph, and then when you click Get Started, you will be automatically redirected to a style profile quiz. Yeah, so this style profile is really a fun quiz. It's interactive, and it asks you your size, your nickname, your Instagram handle, your preferences with the clothes, like what colors you like or what body parts you wish to hide. Like those questions that will really help our stylists get to know you. Yeah. And then after that, after the quiz and submitting the quiz, you will then choose a box depending on your budget. So our starting is 899 pesos. That's for one outfit already, or top and bottom. And then the next one is 1899, and then the biggest box for now is the 3699, which includes 5 outfits.
The price range sits well with our young professionals who need stylish clothes at an affordable price. Style Genie has developed more and more suppliers so that now they have a warehouse full of fashion choices.
But our warehouse actually is full of racks, and these clothes come from merchants locally and internationally. Like these are non-branded, by the way, or if it has brand, it's not the mainstream brands that you see online, or but most of them are in Instagram actually. So yeah, we consign they consign their clothes with us. So and then we remit the payments to them after it's used, or if it gets chosen by the stylist.
Abby and her partners must have chalked up an impeccable track record with her suppliers for them to continue being her partners, mostly based on trust and confidence. But because business has been so good, success has brought along with it some headaches.
Well, currently, financials. I think because of the load as well, since we're having good traction actually online. We have more and more customers every month, and it gets really what do you call this? It gets chaotic in the office, in the warehouse, and it's really on the operational side that we are having challenges right now. So because there are a bulk of orders as well, some shipments are delayed, but we're doing our best to find ways to still keep to the delivery promise.
And like many other business ventures, the owners need to think beyond their comfort zone and take risks.
Right now, we're targeting launching the recurring payments, meaning for credit card users, then you can just pay, transact once, and then it automatically credits your card. And what else? Of course, logistics-wise, we want to cater to nationwide, and maybe a free shipping soon for all customers nationwide.
At age 27, Abby, together with her equally young and hardworking partners, has gained a lot of ground in her chosen venture. She has become words of wisdom born out of her personal experience to would-be entrepreneurs.
For me, if you really have an idea and you think that it's gonna work and you're really, really passionate about it, just go for it, just start. It's important to plan, but as long as you act on the plan, that will make, you can go far.
And if you're watching this and wondering how to interact with Style Genie, here's Abby once again.
Hi, visit stylegenie.ph. Also like us on Facebook and Instagram at Style Genie Official. Thank you.
In this age of social media and e-commerce, we shouldn't be surprised anymore with the most unique ideas that come from the latest technologies. Style Genie is one of these ideas that our young professionals could certainly patronize. That ends the business section of Business and Leisure. Our sunshine girl Damon Sayak is all set for her cue to graciously commence with the leisure portion of our show, which is coming right up ahead after we pause for another short break. We'll be right back.
for your favorite car models and stand the chance to win autofocus t-shirts, coffee mugs, and other valuable giveaways. Vote for your Automobile of the Year in this year's Autofocus People's Choice Awards and win prizes from daily electronic draws. To participate, log on to www.autofocus.com.ph.
Get the biggest savings only this month. Grab deals for Ford Ranger as low as 68,000 pesos, all-in down payment. Get the biggest savings only this month. Grab deals for Ford Ranger as low as 68,000 pesos, all-in down payment.
Motoring Today is now on the web. Watch this episode or other past episodes of the country's longest-running motoring program any time of the day by logging on to our website, motoringtoday.ph. Motoring Today is now online, just a click away.
You are still with us here on Business and Leisure, and now we go right on to the lifestyle section as I turn you over to our co-host, this time Sunshine Girl Day Monsayak. Hello again, Day. It's your cue to come up with the leisure section of BNL, the Leisure Report. It's all yours.
Thank you once again, Butch, for turning them over to me as I'm about to take the spotlight for the lifestyle part of our show. Now, did you miss out some important events lately? Worry not, because we got you covered here on Lifestyle Chronicles. Watch this.
BMW now proudly brings you Lifestyle Chronicles.
Project Pie, known for its build-your-own pizza, pasta, and salad, recently opened its doors at W Center City in Bonifacio Global City to further cater to their avid customers within the area. This is now their 9th branch and their first at Global City.
We opened BGC because there was a lot of clamor. We've been listening to the people who've been telling us na open a branch in BGC. Some of them, they go to our Makati stores and our Blue Bay branch, and a lot of them work here. So that's why we consider that there was really a market for Project Pie in BGC.
Project Pie and its build-your-own concept empowers guests to build and design their own pizza, pasta, and salad that customers can choose from their signature flavors. The company's BGC store provides fresh vibe, giving Project Pie another cool, Instagram-worthy energy. They also refresh their logo to complement the fun side of their brand. Also, Project Pie introduced their newest offering, their oven-baked chicken wings, which comes in 3 flavors: Buffalo Red, BBQ, and Pesto Parmesan.
Alright, we'd like to invite everyone to please drop by our BGC branch. It's located at the W City Center, and we'd like you to build your own pizza, pasta, and salad here in Project Pie. See you!
Batangas homegrown restaurant Allegra's Kitchen launched their first celebrity brand ambassador, Enzo Pineda, during a press conference held at Privado Hotel in Mandaluyong City. They have chosen Enzo as their ambassador for they both believe in offering quality good food.
Allegra's Kitchen started 3 years ago at Lifestyle Strip Mall in Santo Tomas, Batangas. Basically, we came out with it was just a burger restaurant and spaghetti chicken, and then slowly it evolved into casual dining, and eventually it is now Allegra's Kitchen.
Allegra's Kitchen Pioneer Restaurant was founded on September 8, 2015 at the Lifestyle Strip of Santo Tomas, Batangas. Backed by the enthusiastic patronage of its food offerings, Allegra's Kitchen quickly grew to 5 branches: Santo Tomas, Lipa City, Batangas City, and San Pablo City in Laguna. Now they are ready to conquer Metro Manila by opening their first branch at SM San Lazaro. Allegra's Kitchen is aggressively focusing their franchising venture.
Basically, of course, my main goal is to make Allegra's Kitchen nationwide and to put also satellite commissaries to accommodate all this. As a matter of fact, SM is also proposing for us to put up all the way down to Bicol. So basically, we might end up putting up one in Bicol and then all over Metro Manila. Visit Allegra for good food for good times. We offer the best burger, ribs, pasta, everything. We have it. We have it.
During the event, they let the media and guests sample some of their best sellers, like the Allegra's Burger, Allegra's Double-Decker Burger, and their baby back ribs.
Project Pi BGC opening and Allegra's Kitchen unveiling of their brand ambassador, our featured events here on Lifestyle Chronicles. And we've got more for you next time, so always tune in.
Lifestyle Chronicles has been proudly brought to you by BMW.
Next in our list is Quest, but this time around, it's not about tennis legends. What we got for today is ice hockey. Yes, you heard me right. This is one sport in our country that we are starting to be good and competitive at. Just recently, Philippines has hosted the Philippine International Ice Hockey Tournament, and we were there to give you the highlights.
Quest is brought to you by Euro Brands Distributors Incorporated, exclusive distributors and importers of Peugeot vehicles.
The 2017 Philippine Ice Hockey Tournament, or PIHT, recently concluded at SM Megamall's skating rink, following the successful International Figure Skating Training Camp and the 2017 Southeast Asia Challenge at SM Skating Seaside, Cebu. The Federation of Ice Hockey League Incorporated, which spearheads the event, continues to support and promote the worldwide ice sports in the Philippines, despite of the country being a tropical one.
The sports, kasi we have a lot of expats who works here who plays ice hockey. And we have a lot of kids, Filipino, who studied abroad, pick up the sports, came home. That's how it started. That's why the sports, you see people playing the sports. And with getting recognized from POC, PSC, and IF, it sort of, we get gone up one step higher. Because everybody's, we're there, up there already. We're in the map of hockey.
The Federation of Ice Hockey League Incorporated took a break from the organizing similar events in the country until last 2015, when the group became active again with a much stronger goal to represent the country in the world of hockey.
What's nice is because when we form and we get all the recognitions, now we have direction where we want to go. And with all the players knowing the direction and our vision, everybody's on each other's pushing to achieve that goal.
Under the PIHT's adult division, New York's Islanders Red, Singapore's Pandu Nation, Singapore Sting, Taipei U20, South Korea and Team Pilipinas compete in the International Open category, while Canada Ice Hockey teams and Team Pilipinas B face off in the International 35-plus category. At the end of the tournament, Team Pilipinas bagged the third-place trophy, followed by New York Islanders Red, who claimed the second place, and Singapore's Pandu Nation, who emerged as the overall champion of the Games. The 2017 PIHT also served as a great venue for the Team Pilipinas to prepare for the upcoming Southeast Asian Games 2017, which will be held in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, and which will be debuting ice hockey as a medal sport this year.
Everybody who participated in this the third PIHT for year 2017. See a lot of old faces and new faces. Without your participation, this won't be a success. I hope to see you next year. Hope everybody have fun.
Imagine that we as a tropical country is now making name in the sport of ice hockey and event figure ice skating. Truly it shows how good Filipino athletes are. We wish our Team Pilipinas hockey team success as they're preparing for the SEA Games.
Quest has been brought to you by Eurobrands Distributors Incorporated, exclusive importers and distributors of Peugeot vehicles.
Leisure Trip and Sports Shoot is next online, but let's take a quick break first. We'll be right back.
Vote for your favorite car models and stand the chance to win autofocus t-shirts, coffee mugs, and other valuable giveaways. Vote for your Automobile of the Year in this year's Autofocus People's Choice Awards and win prizes from daily electronic draws. To participate, log on to www.autofocus.com.ph.
Think you're tough? Do you dare to go off-road or off-key? Do you use your great power with great control? With the new Isuzu D-Max, you're tough enough to be unstoppable. And you're tough enough to be right back. Isuzu D-Max, tough enough for anything.
Creating an engine is like creating a great perfume. You need to select the best ingredients and combine them in a unique way. So it gives you a feeling you'll remember for the rest of your life. Peugeot 308 with Blue HDI and turbo petrol engines.
calling all automobile enthusiasts. Autofocus.com.ph is exclusive to the automobile, where you'll find reviews on the latest brand new car models, together with their head-to-head comparisons. It has the detailed specs of car models available in the country and their latest SRPs and special promos, together with the latest auto industry news and developments like car launches and test drives. Autofocus.com.ph is all about automobiles. Click on.
Welcome back, and you're still on your weekly electronic show, Business and Leisure. I'm Damon Sayak, and right now, here once again is our recommended dining destinations. Here it is.
Here now is our weekly list of highly recommended leisure destinations. Be it fine dining, romantic garden wedding, or a relaxed meal of excellent dishes, the name Ilustrado comes to mind. It's one of the few places that serve the best paella in town. Ilustrado, located within the walled city of Intramuros. The Highlands Prime Steakhouse is indeed the prime dining destination where you can enjoy the best of prime steak. The Highland Prime Steakhouse serves nothing but U.S. Angus prime beef. And the Highlands Prime Steakhouse also serves an array of prime gourmet dishes like the squid ink pasta, topped with a whole prawn of their delectable sea bass that's always juicy and served with mashed potato and a wedge of lemon. And their breads and cakes are baked fresh every day. The Highlands Prime Steakhouse is at the SM Mall of Asia, and that's where you should have your next lunch, dinner, or intimate party.
Steak lovers from north of the metro can also enjoy the juiciest prime steaks and other mouth-watering dishes at Highlands Prime Steakhouse, located at Estancia, Capitol Commons in Pasig.
And that's our regular what to enjoy and where to go list. Business and Leisure's weekly guide to destinations and places to go to enjoy the good life.
I hope that by now you have already visited or consider at least those places that we recommended. I guarantee you guys it is highly recommended. We are down to our last segment, and that is Sport Shoot. Want to know what we got this week? Is it a firearm or a special treat for all the gun enthusiasts? Let's all find out.
Sport Shoot is brought to you by Rock Island Armory, manufactured by Arms Corps of the Philippines.
Welcome to Sport Shoot, Business and Leisure segment for the gun enthusiast. On this edition of BNL, your business and lifestyle electronic magazine, the Sport Shoot segment shall put on center stage the man behind Arms Corps, or what's now officially known as Arms Corps Global Defense Incorporated. Here's the interview I had earlier with Mr. Bolo Tuazon, Chairman Emeritus of the Global Conglomerate. Welcome to the show, Bolo, and it's been quite a while since we had this on-camera talk.
Thank you, Butch. It's some years now, right?
Some years now. And through the years, a lot of things have changed, a lot of things have developed. Yeah. And one main thing in your industry is your change of name and your expansion of business enterprise. But before we jump into that, I'd like to first congratulate you for this very successful staging of TAX a few weeks back. Can you explain to us, for the benefit of those who were not able to see it, what exactly is the concept between TAX?
Yeah, I'd love to do that, Butch. TAX stands for Tactical and Survival Expo. We wanted to come up with a show sponsored by Arms Corps that not only to sell firearms and ammunition, not only a bazaar for such products, but to bring out other things like survival. What does survival means? It means that these are items, products used, and our seminars were based on survival. We have many disasters in our country. We are in a typhoon-prone area. We have many typhoons. We have a lot of flooding. We also have earthquakes. We just had one in Leyte and killed a couple of people, and did a lot of damage. We also want to bring out the fact that other than typhoons, we have flooding, of course, no? And we also bring out the fact that there are man-made disasters. We're right now experiencing some problems, as we all know, in the Mindanao, in the Marawi, Mindanao area. We want to be able to bring to light to our civilian population what are the things they can do during such disasters. So we have been giving seminars during our show, all based on survival. We did not give any seminars on firearms. We did have also an area of entertainment for younger people, to show how to use tirador. And as one example, small bow and arrow area, but very small. Kept it all very safe. Defense is only one part of what we need to know about. The other is how to survive. So that was the intention of our show. And I would like to say that we did have the support of FAMAP, and we did have the Inventors Association that joined us. We had also several military units that joined our show. Army, Navy, and Air Force had booths at the show. And our guest speaker was no less than Secretary Lorenzana of the National Defense. We have a lot of things to, I think, show the people about survival, aside from, like I said, firearms. Every year, twice a year, there's an AFA show, It's just a gun and ammunition and accessory bazaar. And we are trying to show something much more than that. It's unfortunate because I did ask them for their endorsement because it was something different. And Arms Corps was willing to shoulder all the expenses on this.
You see, it was also unfortunate for me not to be able to see this first, your maiden presentation.
Yeah.
I've always made it a point to go into all those gun shows, especially where you're always there. Now, but before I ask you about how often you're going to do this, or if you have any plans of doing it again, my point is, how do you gauge its success?
Of the first one?
Of the first one.
We considered it successful. Even SM Mall was surprised about how successful it was. The first 2 days took a little time for people to learn about it, but certainly on the weekend, on Saturday and Sunday, it was a 4-day show. So that Saturday and Sunday, we did have a lot of people who came. They can give you the figures. I think we have got close to 4,000 entries. Don't forget, our show, like I said, is sponsored by Arms Corps. It's not a money-making show. We do not make money on this. If at any time we'll make money on it, it will be for charity. We are not doing this as a business. Our business is to manufacture, sell firearms, okay, and ammunition. Our business on the show is basically to bring more value to all, not just our clients, but to all the civilians in our country.
As a matter of fact, I understand Bullet was almost for free. All you have to do is register online and you can go.
I'll tell you what was free in the show. It was free entrance for anybody who registered. Registration was simply to give your name, maybe your address, maybe your telephone number or your email address. That's all we wanted. If not, if you did not want to give anything, you had to pay. But very few paid. Most everybody registered, and they could come in for free. And they could go in and out of the show for free. We invited all those who put up booths. They had one free booth from Arms Corps. Everybody had one free booth. If they chose to get more than one, then they had to pay for the more than one. Okay.
I failed to tell you the reason why I wasn't able to watch your first presentation. It was because I couldn't find a place to park, and probably it was because of the number of people who went to your show. Now, having said that,
I'll just tell you, next time, give us a text. I'll have a driver to park your car.
Having said that, but Bolo, now you have plans of staging this more often, I guess?
Yes, we do. Due to time constraints and being a new show, we also had to see how successful we were with the first show. and which we believe today that it was very successful. We are planning to have 3 shows next year in Manila. We are planning for 2 more outside of Metro Manila. The first one will be in February, as long as I get confirmed on the bookings in Mega Mall. June, July, August, somewhere, Mega Mall. And the third one will be in SMX or MOA, together with the car show in November. Okay?
There's a show going on right now, and I don't think you're part of it.
No more. We are not part of that.
Can you give us an inside story?
Well, I guess AFAD and ourselves did not agree. We asked for their endorsement. I think we said it very nicely to them. However, I also pointed out to them one very major item, which was the fact that there is now the anti-competitive law, and they thought that they took it as a threat. I'm sorry, we didn't intend it to be a threat. We just told them that they should accept those that put displays or participate in our show, that they should not be discriminated upon, and they should be able to join their show. No? We were planning to really not participate anymore as Armscore, but we have 2 other stores to bring all our products to the show. We have to have our own show. You will know in a later show that, or later part of the interview, that we're moving on. We're not just going to be just a firearms and ammunition manufacturer or show or retail store. We are going to move on to defense. And defense means we have to get into the business of government institutions, like police, military, law enforcement agencies.
But tell me something, but you are still a member of AFAD.
Definitely. We're still members of AFAD. We're due-paying members, but we are a due-paying member of an association that is non-existent at the moment.
How's that?
Well, since 2003, they did not keep up with their registration, and the SEC has suspended AFAD for 14 years. I believe they're trying to renew that registration. They are trying to maybe reorganize. I'm not so sure what they will do. I don't sit in their board. I don't participate in any of the deliberations. We do have a board member that comes from our company that sits in that board, yes.
Okay, well, thank you very much for joining us this week. I hope to have you again next week. And a lot of people are curious about this new company that you just formed out of the old Armscore. Thank you very much, Lolo.
Thank you, Butch. Okay.
That was the interview I had earlier with the Chairman Emeritus of what's previously simply known for many decades as Armscore, but has been renamed as Armscore Global Defense Incorporated. Catch part 2 of this exclusive interview next time. Until then, this has been Sports Shoot, Business and Leisure segment for the gun enthusiast.
Sports Shoot is brought to you by Rock Island Armory, manufactured by Armscore of the Philippines.
See guys, we don't only inform you about different firearms, but we also give you some important events about sports shooting here in our country. Well, I'm afraid guys, that's it for me. Time now to close our show. Thank you so much for staying with me as I gave you another interesting lifestyle features here on Business and Leisure. We'll definitely be back again next time for more, so make it a habit to stay tuned every Friday, 10 p.m. on Solar Sports. And of course, you can always find us through our website, businessandleisure.ph, for all the episodes and segments of our show. Here now is Mr. Ray Butch Gamboa as he says goodbye to all of us. Take it away, Butch.
Thanks, Dave, for another very exciting and engaging leisure report. That was Dave Munsayak, our sunshine girl, hosting the lifestyle section of our show. And with that, we end another edition of Business and Leisure. Thank you for staying with us. Also, don't forget to follow us in our social media accounts. Till the next time, this has been your host, Ray Butch Gamboa. Good business to all and enjoy a good life.